Right. Yep. We'll talk about it, okay? We'll talk about it straight away. Ollie Watkins has left Aston Villa, signing for Al Ittihad for, I think it was like £68 million. 39, but potentially going up to £63 million. It's a lot of money, okay? It's a lot of money. Yes, he's our top goal scorer, but we kind of had to get rid of him. We didn't have to, but, you know, when that Saudi money comes calling, you kind of want to entertain it slightly. We have got some replacements lined up, but they are not coming in just yet because we needed to get Watkins out the door to get the transfer budget to bring the new players in. I'm hoping they join before our next match, which is in like 2 days. Frustratingly as well, it looks like Brentford have got some of that money as well, although it's only 20% of the profit, so it's only £2.2 million and then 400,000 for some other reason. It means financially we've got £43 million now to spend. I'm spending maybe 25 of it so far. We've also done some other transfers as well. Leander Dendoncker has left on loan, going to Heidenheim in Germany. Callum Chambers has moved over the road to Wolves for £17.5 million, which is stupid money. And Rico Richards has left, going to Coventry. So far, we've been not very good since the last episode, which was the 0-0 draw against Liverpool. We lost to Fulham, we drew with Arsenal, we drew with Bournemouth. We beat Newcastle, which was pretty good. We then lost against Forest, and we've just beaten Wigan in the FA Cup third round. And we are not going to play Brentford on camera because we have a Birmingham derby. Is that what it's called? It's not called the Birmingham derby. Anyway, we've got Birmingham at Villa Park in the FA Cup fourth round. That might be a bit spicy. So we're going to have Birmingham and Luton and transfer deadline day. So I'm going to go forward, do some more transfers, and we'll be back for the Birmingham game on the 27th of January. Right, we are the morning of the Brentford game, and the new striker is joining. I don't know if we can register him in time. It is literally 1:15. We're playing Brentford at home at 5:30. Callum Wilson. Callum Wilson is joining. He was transfer listed at Newcastle. He is coming in for 25. I think it's actually 28 million because we're only paying 5 million up front. And then the rest of it is over the next however many seasons, because basically I don't plan on playing this save for too long, and I want to spend a bit more money in this January. We've also sold Ben Crescene to Everton. He was out of contract at the end of the season. I triggered an extension and then sold him for 5.75, potentially rising to £7.75 million. Everton have been absolutely fleeced there. He might have a lot of potential, but again, I don't care because I'm not playing this save for sort of 10 seasons. Maybe 3 at max. Right, we are back, and it's now the 27th of January. We are going to be playing Birmingham in the FA Cup fourth round, and we have just drawn 1-1 with Brentford, and Callum Wilson did score on his debut from the penalty spot, so nothing particularly impressive, but he scored a goal, which is good. We've also sold our backup goalkeeper, Robin Olsen, to Reims for £1.3 million. He's 34. He's just turned 34. He's too old for me, okay? I don't want him. He's gone there, and he's already played a game, so let's be honest. He's gone there to get first team football, that's fine, but because of that, we did need to get ourselves another backup goalkeeper, which we have done in the shape of Cohen Castells, formerly of Wolfsburg. He was out of contract at the end of the season. We've brought him in now. We've got 2 very good goalkeepers now, haven't we? Martinez obviously is better than Castells, but Castells can do a job when Martinez inevitably breaks his wrist or something like that. That's pretty much it from the business sense at the moment. I'm not sure whether we're going to do a huge amount more, if I'm perfectly honest. Transfer deadline day will roll around and I'll get excited because we've still got about £35 million to spend, £38.5 million to spend, but right now we're not planning on spending too much more. We've sold Silver Swinkles and Travis Patterson as well to Brentford? Blackburn, that's what they're called, and Swansea as well. Not really that we were going to ever see them. So frustratingly, we've got Callum Wilson cup tied for this. So I think we're going to go with Diaby as our striker. He should be good enough to do it. He's really fast. He might even be better as a striker than he is as a winger. I've realised we've got no players on our subs bench. Let's try and fix that. So Castells is going to be on the subs bench. We've got basically a bunch of kids. We've got old Cobby Moore is there once again. He's played a few times for us as well. Because in the Europa Conference League, we basically won that group a long time ago. Cobby Moore started to come off the bench a lot. Actually started the game as well. Same with Kellyman. Kellyman as well. He scored in the Carabao Cup, so he might get himself another chance. He's pretty good. So the starting lineup anyway is going to be Martinez in goal, Goldson, Carlos, Torres and Luca Dean in defence, Douglas Luiz Kamara and Jacob Ramsey in midfield. We don't have Alcaraz in those positions because he's just come back from international duty and he's a little bit tired. Bailey, Zaniolo and Diaby obviously leading the line for this one. I'm tempted to go for Kelly, man. I'm tempted. It's the FA Cup. Magic of the Cup and all that. So it's a derby game. I wasn't expecting to be playing this in this episode, but here we are. I feel like playing Birmingham on camera. 48 seconds, mate. 48 seconds. You've injured your knee. How have you even done that? And I've superbly sorted out the subs bench, haven't I? Look at all those midfielders we've got. We've got a centre-back, a left-back, a right winger, a centre-back, a left winger, a striker, a centre-back, and Moussa Diaby. Right, Diaby's coming on. Zaniolo, can you play in the middle? Not really. You're going to try it. 2 and a bit minutes on the clock then. First highlight of the match. It is Biglia with the ball. Plays it on the ground. Douglas Luiz intercepts it. Kellerman is way too deep for my liking. You're the striker. You're the sole striker of the team at the moment, mate. You need to be a little bit further up the pitch. Leon Bailey with it on the right-hand side. Back to Zaniolo. The box-to-box midfielder Zaniolo. Luca Dean to Ramsey. Tries to find Bailey. Can't manage to get it through to him yet. Luca Dean. Diaby on that left-hand side. Kellyman's in the middle. Get on Kellyman's head. It's Ethan Laird. He's nicked the ball away. Luca Dean's going to pick that one up. Are we going to get anything from this? So far, no shots have taken place in this highlight, and it's taken a minute. Zaniolo with it. Loses out to Dembele. We've managed to get the ball back through Leon Bailey. Long range effort into the bottom corner. John Ruddy is still playing football. That's a surprise to me. We have taken the lead. Is Wayne Rooney going to be in charge of Birmingham on this? Is that actually a thing? Let's find out. He's not. It's the Sheffield Wednesday manager, or the former Sheffield Wednesday. What's going on? Did Rooney get sacked? Hold on. Rooney got sacked. He won 4, drawn 7, lost 10. Rooney got sacked already. Anyway, not that we care about that. We care about Aston Villa absolutely destroying the blue side of Birmingham. Diego Carlos, ball forward to Ramsey. Back to Carlos again. Left-hand side, some options if we want to go there. We've tried to find Diaby and not got anywhere near him. Pau Torres collects. Obviously, you've probably noticed we are going full strength because I do want to beat Birmingham. Ramsey collects it in the middle. Ramsey's effort is easily saved by the 609-year-old John Ruddy. He's got to be pushing 40, right? He's got to be like 39, maybe. Dembele with it to Buchanan on that left-hand side. The highlights carried on as well. Buchanan's managed to get past his man, crosses it in towards the back post. We've cleared it. Diaby, are we going to keep this highlight going again? For a little bit of end-to-end football. Diaby down that left-hand side. Kellyman's in the middle. Diaby's going to cut inside. He's managed to dodge a terrible slide tackle. Kellyman's there. Get it on his head. And Omari Kellyman has made it 2-0. His second goal of the season. He plays and he scores. Plays one game, scores a goal. Plays another game, scores another goal. He's better than... We didn't need Wilson. We just needed Kellyman. Speaking of, here he is once again with the ball. Finds Luca Dean to Leon Bailey. Bailey's first time shot into the bottom corner. 3-0, not even half an hour played. Judging from that match momentum graph, you wouldn't think we're even playing another team because Birmingham, I don't even think have got in our half. 3-0 so far, not a single shot for Birmingham. They've got 23% possession as well. That's awful. Literally, most of that's probably from the centres, isn't it? It's dropping down as well. It just went down to 22%. Final 20 minutes of the game. Let's do a whole bunch of subs. Kellyman is coming off. Wilson's going to come on. Why not? What else are we going to do? Let's take off Luca Dean for Moreno. I'm now just looking at taking off some of the players that seem to play a lot of football at the moment. Connor Goldston plays a lot of football. Wesley Conser can come on as a right back. Ajani Birchall on the left wing. He's come on the right wing and we'll swap you two round. There we go. When you're 3-0 up in a cup match, you do want to try and get your kids some game time, don't you? Speaking of, is that... Oh, it's Diaby, okay, I thought it was going to be Birchall then taking that. Esri Conser's there, the substitute makes it 4-0. Does he make it 4-0? We're getting VAR. Was it offside? I hope it wasn't offside from that free kick. Here comes the VAR. It is awarded. It is 4-0 against Birmingham. It would have been ridiculous if he was offside. Final 5 minutes. We're not going to bother doing any more changes, even though we probably could do a couple. It's going to be a 4-0 win against Birmingham City in the FA Cup. A lovely win against your local rivals. They did have a shot. They had a shot, 0.03. I think they just got excited and maybe just booted it from the halfway line. 3 months for Kamara. That's another long-term injury that we've picked up. We've also got John McGinn, by the way. He's broken his back. Lovely timing, that one, isn't it? Tielemans has got a cold, which is why we kind of didn't have any central midfielders anyway. Cisco is troubled by a rival defeat. I wouldn't be, mate. You're Birmingham in the Championship. We're Aston Villa, and we're 7th in the Premier League. Oh, and also, we've got ourselves a new assistant manager. It is the cousin of Rafa Nadal, superb tennis player. It's Miguel Angel Nadal, who spent a lot of his time playing for Mallorca and Barcelona, 7 seasons actually playing for Barcelona. He's not bad. He's not amazing. He's not bad. This is the guy I did want, but he doesn't want to be an assistant manager. He just wanted to be a technical director, mainly because he's from Antigua and Barbuda. That's why I wanted him. Straight into match number 2 of the episode then, away from home against Luton Town. It is Martinez in goal, Goldson, Konsa, Carlos and Luke Dean in defence, Douglas Luiz Tielemans and Jacob Ramsey in midfield, Diaby Zaniolo and Callum Wilson leading the lines for this one. We are still struggling fitness-wise. I've just realised Castiles isn't registered. I'm not going to bother. It's not going to make too much difference at the moment, but we probably do that. We've got, as you can see, we've got Mings injured, Kamara injured, Alcaraz on international duty, McGinn's injured, Buendia's still injured as well, John Duran out on international duty. We are struggling. We've also got Zaniolo, Torres, Cash and Lenglet, who all aren't quite match fit. We've got some problems. But we're not going to worry about those problems for the moment. Luton Town are deciding to play a flat back 7 by the looks of it. They're expecting to lose pretty much every game, aren't they, in this Football Manager? Callum Wilson leading the lines, his first Aston Villa game on camera. I'd love to see a goal from you, mate. That's all I want to see. Just one goal from Callum Wilson and I'll be a happy boy. Awesome highlights. Highlights also would be good. It is 0-0. We've had 0 shots. They've had 0 shots. We've had all the possession, but we cannot break down their 7 defenders. And Albert Sambi Lokonga with a corner for Luton Town. And they've managed to get themselves almost in front. Lockyer's effort goes just wide of Martinez's post. First chance actually goes to Luton. 28% possession at the moment. Just realised they've got Marvellous Nakamba, haven't they? Who is, I'm pretty sure he's a former Villa player. He's not a current Villa player, is he? He's probably going to score against us. Another corner for Luton. What's going on? Sambi Lokonga once again goes over to take it. Tielemans has picked up a knock. Not ideal. Header clear from Burke. It wasn't from Burke, was it? Sambi Lokonga collects it. Finds Giles blocked by Diego Carlos, who's now chasing Giles down. Lots of space for Ogbene. He's hit the bar, and it's going to trickle off for a throw. I don't know how Luton are just so good at the moment. It doesn't make any sense to me. It might be the same thing that happened to us last episode with the Liverpool game, where basically they kind of rotated. It's fitness. It's 100% fitness related. Look at our fitness compared to theirs. Giles' free kick. Sambi Lokonga's not going to get there. Tielemans clears. Probably should have looked to see what that injury was. Ramsey back to Martinez. Are we going to get any highlight going our way? Because so far we are 55 minutes in, and I don't think we've really seen the ball in Luton's half. Sambi Lokonga back to Burke. Where's he going to go? All the way back to the goalkeeper, Kaminski. Former Blackburn goalkeeper, I think. It is Marvellous Nakamba to Giles on the ground. Lovely ball. Finds Amari Bell on that left-hand side. Giles once again goes for goal. Martinez with a very good save. That, by the way, very good animation. I like it. Obviously, corner for Luton. They're 3rd on camera. Possibly they're like 8th or 9th of the game. This is the corners. I haven't changed it yet. Thankfully, Sambi Lokonga, not very good at shooting. Callum Wilson as well is doing a blinding job of showing me that he is definitely worth £25 million. Something's not happening. And it's football is what's not happening. Matty Cash is going to come on as a box-to-box midfielder. We're going to do that. Kellyman is going to come on up front for Callum Wilson because Wilson's doing absolutely nothing. Diaby's going to come off for Leon Bailey. We're going to do 5 subs, I think. We're going to have a debut as well for old Tim. I can't pronounce his surname, but he's pretty good, isn't he? It's also not a debut. He's played 3 times. I think that's it. We're going to do 4 subs. We've got 1 left in reserve, which is I'm kind of going to hold back for injuries, I think. We've had 1 shot. Luton have had 8. It's 0-0 at the moment. We've gone from the last couple of episodes where there's been stupid amounts of goals to no goals at all, really. It is Tim, plays it to Diego Carlos, plays it across Douglas Luiz, now Matty Cash playing in central midfield, which is not really his position. Bailey to Kellyman, and Kellyman should have scored. Kaminski, I think, saved it, but it was offside anyway. This is going to look like an absolute disaster class, selling Ollie Watkins, isn't it? If we don't score a goal, it is going to be an absolute disaster class. We should be beating Luton. They're going to score. I can just imagine it. I can see it happening. Sambi Lokonga with the corner. I've not fixed them yet either, so that's something that we should probably worry about. Sambi Lokonga takes the corner. It's towards the 6-yard box. It's Adebayo. It's 1-0 to Luton. We've deserved to lose this. They've been so much better than us. We've been absolutely garbage. Awful. Absolutely awful. Luton have managed to win 1-0 in the 93rd minute. Terrible. Terrible. I'm angry. Everyone listened. That's good. Derby have just picked up £500,000 for Kellyman playing his first league game. Fair enough. Luton, by the way, 12th place. They've won 7 games. And every time they've won, it's normally 1 or 2 goals to nil. They have lost 10. But then again, we've lost 8. And we only lose 1-0 most of the time. Ignore the Man United game. That was just, I guess, fun for everyone involved. Right, next up, we've got transfer deadline day. We've got £40 million to spend. I want a new central midfielder. And I think we're going to go shopping. So it's transfer deadline day, and we have got 2 transfers that will be coming through, hopefully. One of them is a lot more exciting than the other one, but they're both central midfielders, and we're just going to go forward. I'm not expecting to sell anyone, but I am expecting 2 players to join at least. This was one player that we were looking at, and I think he's out of our league in terms of price. Samuel Ricci looks like he might actually be going to Bayern. Brighton want to loan Douglas Luiz. No, not happening. Is it a good idea? I don't know, but we brought in Scott McTominay, 27 years old. Everybody knows who Scott McTominay is. He was transfer listed at Man United for £8.25 million. I thought, you know what? A lot of experience playing in the Premier League. He can play anywhere in the middle of the pitch, defensive midfielder, central midfielder, or even attacking midfielder. Apparently as a centre-back or a striker as well. Not going to trust that one. I think that's a good signing. I think what's a better signing is Oyhan Sanket. Is that his name? Is it Sanket? Sanset? I don't know. 23-year-old Spanish central midfielder signed from Athletic Bilbao. He's cost £25.5 million. I think he could be very useful for us. Technically, he's not amazing, but mentally, he's very good. Physically, he's actually pretty decent as well. Lots of 14s in there. So I think we've done a fair amount of decent business. We've still got 10 hours to go. I've got no more transfers to do. They're all done. I am going to try and sell Courtney House because I don't really need him anymore. We'll get £1.3 million for that. That'll do. As the hours tick away, we have managed to loan out John Duran. He's off to Huddersfield, so that's going to be some good first-team football for you. Courtney House looks like he's on his way to Elche. Hopefully he accepts that deal. It will become permanent. No, it won't. It's an optional future fee, so we just get some money for him for a season or half a season. We've had no real interest in any of our players either, so that is very good news for me. Douglas Luiz, Ezri Konsa and Tielemans are all attracting interest, but no one's bidding. That one's interesting if they actually decide to do that, because I think we could get like 80 million for Tielemans, which would be a nice chunk of change. I don't want to sell Douglas Luiz. He's very good. And that was it. Nice, quiet January transfer window for us, in a way. I say quiet window. It wasn't a quiet window. We did spend a lot of money. Let's take a look, actually. What did we do in January? So, in January, we bought Wilson, Casteels, McTominay and Sanchez coming in for about, what is that, £60 million in total? It's probably a lot of money, isn't it? It's probably more than 60. And then, obviously, Ollie Watkins leaving is the big one. How's he doing? He's not even played yet. When does their season start? Anyway, that's going to do it for this one. Next episode, we are going to jump forward to someone. I don't know. We're going to go for someone in March. We've got the Europa Conference League round of 16, which, if I'm perfectly honest, I'm not too interested in, but we're going to jump forward to around someone in March, so we might get some Europa Conference League football. Thank you very much for watching. If you did enjoy, do please remember to leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you are new, and I'll be back next time.